It was the 17th of April 2024 when all hell broke loose on the streets of Atlanta, Georgia in the southeastern United States. Atlanta is well known for its hijinks and misdemeanors, making both the local news and the top viral video montages seen across the internet. However, this next police chase just might take the cake as the zaniest bit of banditry the Peach State has seen in quite some time. It all started at the Piedmont Henry Hospital in Stockbridge, Georgia, a bedroom community and suburb just to the south of Atlanta. Everything was easy going until one of the inpatients at the facility, 27-year-old Ladarius Williams, decided he couldn't take the sterile hallways anymore and felt his only route to escape was via grand theft auto. So it made sense when during a hospital transport between Piedmont Henry to Piedmont Regional, Williams sprang into action. With 2 medical personnel attending to him inside of the ambulance, Williams forced his way behind the wheel, peeling off with reckless abandon as the medics refused to fight back. Instead, they took their chances and ejected themselves from the ambulance, jumping from the moving vehicle yet avoiding any serious injury. Now it was just Williams, his stolen truck, and the open road before him. Enter the Atlanta Police Department and their convoy of patrolmen. They turned their dash cameras on, and the chase was officially on across Henry County, Georgia.
Alright, Phoenix, we got a will call it. We are continuing westbound on Lake Harbor, coming up to Jonesboro Road.
The caravan of cop cars make contact with the ambulance near the intersection of Conkle Road and Mount Zion Road. Not long after, a member of the Georgia State Police attempts what is known as a PIT maneuver, PIT being an acronym for Precision Immobilization Technique. This type of action is known as a staple for low-speed car chases, where an officially PIT-trained officer uses their vehicle to tap the back half of a fleeing car, spinning out their back tires and rendering the suspect immobile.
Pursuing the ambulance, I'm trying to get in front of it for sticks. Broadcasting on Troop C, Phoenix has the ball.
In this specific instance, the pit fails and the ambulance, with its wide base, is able to course correct as the engine refuses to stall. It carries on as if nothing happened, continuing to barrel down the main roads through Henry County.
Still south on Jonesboro. Speeds are about 20 miles, middle lane.
They're down with Phoenix on this pursuit with the ambulance. And I'm
Still south on Jonesboro. Speeds about 30.
Do we know where they're located? South on Jonesboro right now, still in pursuit.
Hey, they three, just be mindful, your tire's out in the back.
I got it. I heavy traffic up ahead, Jonesboro, South.
After another stretch of the chase sees the stolen ambulance get caught up in slower traffic and stop at a red light, it's time for law enforcement to try their next tactic. This time, they utilize the pause in the action to target the vehicle while it's using its brakes. An officer steps out of his cruiser, approaches the ambulance, and employs what is known as a stop stick. Stop sticks are a police department's best friend when it comes to low-speed chases. If properly placed, the stick acts as a tire deflation device, getting tossed up and into the tire well and rendering at least one of the tires useless. They can be used either at a complete stop or while the pursued vehicle is moving at slower speeds.
Up ahead, there's a red light. He's stuck in traffic right now.
I got it. I hear that APD's got a Durango that's fit certified. Got one of got to spin it.
Stationary at the light. We are continuing southbound here if he makes it through these vehicles.
Southbound on Jonesboro, that's past Commerce.
This instance sees the cop deploy the stop stick right before the ambulance busts it at the sight of a green light. However, it appears to be too little too late as the stolen vehicle proceeds forward. Luckily, a second officer with a stop stick in tow gets a better angle on the right side of the vehicle and successfully warps the right rear tire of the ambulance. It's hard to decipher from a bird's eye view, but the ambulance definitely moves differently after the second stop stick makes contact. Of course, it's not quite enough to completely render the vehicle immobile, and the chase continues on over county lines and into Clayton County.
Phoenix, y'all have light traffic up ahead. Still south on Main, crossing over Chestnut. Light traffic up ahead.
I can parallel Jonesboro, see I can get it out. 2 units. Get 2 units in one car. Get someone in the top sticks in the passenger seat.
Oh, get
Right, and the other side is the vehicle.
He gave me the green light. Oh, tire coming up.
That's cool. Thank you. You want to go this side? Right now, I'm gonna wait for a good.
I'm coming up on the train.
Hold on, Smitty.
From here, Williams and his stolen ambulance approach a residential neighborhood. Not exactly the ideal place to hide with an emergency personnel vehicle. However, at this point, it doesn't really matter. The smoke stirred up by the rim of the deflated tire already makes the truck stick out like a sore thumb, and the pursuing officers don't have any trouble staying directly behind it. At one point, the ambulance comes to a complete halt at a stop sign, again following regular traffic laws despite being in the middle of a police pursuit. As he continues westbound through the suburbs, you can hear law enforcement reveal their next move on the scanner. According to dispatch, an SUV belonging to law enforcement has been cleared for another pit maneuver, one that should tear your shit up, according to the voice on the scanner.
I'm almost there in the drawing here.
Right, stationary at South Avenue and Cloud, continuing westbound over Cloud.
110, give the APD. They're going to tear the SUV. You're going to tear your shit up.
Alright, right turn from South Avenue onto Evan View. Slow speeds right now. Dead end, there's a dead end up ahead. It's a cul-de-sac up ahead, he has nowhere to go.
As if the perpetrator is trying to get caught, Williams immediately drives the ambulance into a cul-de-sac, which the new dispatch officer immediately pinpoints to the pursuing officers. "You guys know where to go," she directs. "Let's go," exclaims the officer directly behind the suspect. They all know it's go time.
Cul-de-sac up ahead, he has nowhere to go.
Alright, let's ride. We finna play now.
Hey,
Watch him.
be on gun.
Watch him.
Yeah.
Watch him. No.
Unfortunately, for a brief moment, the perfect setup turns into an empty-handed attempt when the pit certified cop car barely nudges the back left side of the ambulance. You can even hear the immediate disappointment in the officer behind the dash cam, a disheartened no, no, no being called out as the stolen ambulance drives up onto the curb to avoid further pit attempts. Luckily for law enforcement, though, another cop has stationed himself further up the street. Since the pursuit entered a cul-de-sac, it means the ambulance not only had one way in, but they also only had one way out. It's the perfect place for yet another stop stick deployment, but can it finally do the trick? With absolutely unreal precision from the stationary officer, the stop stick perfectly lands at the front left wheel of the ambulance as it accelerates out of the cul-de-sac. Not only does the front left tire make contact, but it appears the back left tire drives over the stop stick as well. Surely this is the last straw in immobilizing Mr. Williams. While it wasn't the final nail in the coffin, it turned out to be the penultimate attempt. After heading back onto the main roads, the ambulance gains enough speed for yet another pit maneuver, this time at the hands of a more experienced Georgia State Trooper. Finally, the knockout punch is delivered.
Jumping around. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
After barreling across the median and into the other lane of traffic, narrowly avoiding taking out two different vehicles, the ambulance crashes directly into a light pole off the side of the road. It appears the chase is over. That is until Williams opens the driver's side door and, wearing nothing but scrub pants, bolts it away from the scene and over the fence, the ambulance chase turning into a foot pursuit.
1050 with a light pole. Terry Boulevard and Robert E. Lee. He is getting out black male dreads, blue pants, yellow socks, running southbound. Black male dreads, blue pants.
What's up?
Like 99% of foot pursuits, law enforcement comes away with the upper hand. Williams is shot by a taser and tackled after a valiant effort in one last escape attempt and is quickly put into handcuffs. It should be mentioned that reports from the scene describe Williams as cooperative once taken into custody, which begs the question, why steal the ambulance and go on a wild goose chase in the first place?
Yeah, put him in the recovery position. No, turn him to the side. And that's fine. Cross your leg, bro. Cross your leg.
Yeah. But let me call you right back. I gotta see this stuff.
In the end, Williams was arrested and charged with aggravated assault on a police officer, felony fleeing, obstruction, theft by taking, and hit and run. His destruction of property, both of law enforcement and the innocent bystanders, will surely impact his ultimate trial set for later this year. Until then, Ladarius Williams remains behind bars.